Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sex and Sexuality Show, fourth edition. It's March 20th, 2021, year of our COVID. And this is Sex and Sexuality Show number 4 with 3 amazing, unbelievably hilarious comedians that I will introduce to you very soon. And so it was quite an interesting week and a lot of hubbub in London town over some allegedly racist claims on the part of Meghan Markle of the Queen and the royal family. And so Prince Charles enters the Queen's quarters in Buckingham Palace, and he says, "Mummy, why do they think we're racist? We're not racist. Whenever have we been racist?" So the Queen goes, "Oh, Charles, shut up, will you?" And anyways, and so she's the talk of the town. There's 2 guys on the corner of downtown London, and one of them goes to the door and he says, "Franklin, how do you know when Meghan Markle has an orgasm?" So he says, "Well, I don't know, Burton. I think you have to listen very carefully for the sound of her nail file hitting the floor." So the stock market, after the Oprah interview, the stock market, the London Stock Exchange was kind of sort of sluggish, except for one company selling ice water. Their stock went way up. I wonder why. So, what did Meghan Markle's father say when she first got her period? He says, "Oh, bloody hell!" So you tell by now I'm not crazy about Meghan Markle. I just have sixth sense about people. Like I don't wait 10 years to dislike them. I could dislike them immediately in the first 2 minutes of their popularity. I'm like a dog. I sniff people. I have a way of sniffing people out to tell if they're good people or people that you should be aware of or be careful of, or that they're not so good people, or maybe they're just assholes. So I never really liked her just from the start. I didn't like her attitude right from the start. So, so I mean, and the Facebook consensus isn't really hot. You're not really that popular on Facebook, Meghan Markle, okay? I don't care if you were a star in Suits. I watched that. I watched it. Okay. You played a great character, so you're a great actress. Okay, get over yourself. Okay? Just get over yourself already. And I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning binge watching Suits. Okay, for about a year and a half. And this is how you thank America? You'll just hang out in LA, in Hollywood, thinking you're a Hollywood star, I mean, technically we call that celebrity squatting, you're probably wondering about this picture behind me. It was, actually, it's a graphic representation of my life. Chaotic, big mess. And colorful, just like my family, but I'll talk about that in a second. And it's like it's done by some artist who dropped some acid, sniffed 3 lines of cocaine, smoked like 3 ounces of weed, and then he splashed different colors on a canvas. He was so excited about his creation, he whacked off all over it, hence the silver streaks all around near the frame. That's how he was excited about this painting. I mean, I think it's a new motif. I think they call this sex art. So, okay, yeah, I do come from a very colorful family. It's like 50 Shades of Gray.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, I had an aunt, and this is a true story, believe it or not. I mean, this is how fucked up. This is the kind of fucked up family I grew up. This is actually true. An aunt who came from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and they're coming to visit in Montreal. And she tried to fix up her daughter with the anchorman from CTV News. You know, so she was caught speaking to the TV screen a lot, you know. You know, and Sarah, he can't hear you. You know that. You do realize that, don't you? Is there a special medication for that? I don't know. Oh, just shut up and go to bed already. Okay. And I had an uncle, which actually was before I was born. He was a cousin. Then he married my mother's sister, so became an uncle. He was promoted. And this is how fucked up my family is. He died of a heart attack in the bed of the other woman. You know. Then out goes my two cousins, says, "Go claim the body. Go identify the body. But whatever you do, don't tell Fanny." I mean, as if she can't figure out. She won't be able to figure out that husband's been cheating on her after he didn't come home for 3 days. That's how fucked. That's how screwed up my family was. Had a perverted Uncle Howard, who none of his sisters liked him. The only thing he did right was getting sick on the day that they were supposed to set sail on the Titanic. So they sailed back in the next boat. So they take the boat across, and they arrive at the port of Halifax, you know, and they speak to the customs officer. Says, "Your name?" He says, "Golovinetsky." Gulliver what? Golovinetsky. This is okay. Your name's Gordon. Okay. No, it's Golovinetsky. No, your name's Gordon. Shut up and sit down while they fill out the paperwork. That's how we got our name. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So our prime minister is even considering dumping the Queen, just disassociating from the monarchy, because Canada is actually a member of the Commonwealth. It's one of the Commonwealth countries. But he's talking about cutting off from the monarchy. So it says, well, I'm not so sure how I feel about that. I think I kind of miss not having the Queen or not having Prince Charles or some other royal with big ears on my money.
Wow.
I make a point not to make fun of people in wheelchairs because I might wind up there in 10 years. Yeah, I mean, the thing about getting old is, like, you know, when you're getting old, when you and your wife are waiting for an elevator that never comes because you both forgot to press the button. Or you leave the apartment forgetting the car keys. It says, honey, if this relationship's going to work, one of us has to not be demented, you know? Okay, anyways, I'm going to move it right along and get this show started. So I'm going to start with this lady on top here. She's lady from New York, and she's headlined and done comedy shows all over New York. She is the Joan Rivers answer to Joan Rivers. And she can channel the spirit of Joan Rivers. You know, Joan, you know, if you don't want to die, like you don't inject collagen. Did it ever dawn on you, sweetheart? You know, we miss you. You know. So, anyways, without further ado, I bring to you the one and the only Helene Witt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Helene.
I headlined in my living room here tonight. I don't exactly headline in New York City, but I did write some jokes that Joan Rivers told on the Johnny Carson show, the Late Show, and I'd like to say those jokes to you now because the other jokes that she never said out loud, I signed an 8-page contract that said I would never say those jokes out loud ever. They belong to her. But because she said the other ones on Johnny Carson and I have them on VHS tape, then I'll say them. So one of them, it was Income Tax Day, 1986, and she walked out on the stage, and the song by Olivia Newton-John was popular then, Let's Get Physical, Physical, you know that song. So she came out on the stage, first words out of her mouth are, it's April 16th, it's Income Tax Day. Is that the day everyone, the 16th? Well, anyway, yeah. It was Income Tax Day.
15.
Yeah. So she comes out and she goes, Day, my accountant was dancing around his office singing, let's get fiscal, fiscal, like FISCAL. Let's get fiscal, fiscal. And then she goes, let's get fiscal, fiscal. That was the big joke. Let's get fiscal, fiscal. She said my joke 3 times. So that, I guess she wanted more laughs. And then she said it 3 times. The other joke was in LA, the percentage of marriages that stay before they get, like in other words, I'm saying I'm blowing the joke. The number of marriages that don't end in divorce are like 100% failure. So I put my money in the infidelity savings bank. So that was the other joke that she said out loud. Some of the other jokes I submitted and she bought from me were Liz Taylor insult jokes. That's what they wanted at the time. So anyway, sometimes I come out and say, they say she wrote for Joan Rivers. I go, yeah, there's an old lady who lives upstairs from me named Joan Rivers, and her granddaughter's at camp, and I wrote some jokes to send some puns to send to her granddaughter at camp. Just a little joke I said. So I was a school teacher, like Mike said, in New York City. I taught in the toughest school in South Jamaica, Queens. And it was like, when we were young, we used to carve our sweetheart's name in the desk. These kids carved their sweetheart's name in their sweetheart. I mean, thank you. She's the big laugher. That's what she's known for. Thank you. Laughs on these Zoom shows. Sometimes, Jeff, I say either you're on mute, you don't speak my language, or I'm just not funny, because it's hard to hear a laugh on, especially when you're not even seeing people, you just see yourself. So thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Back to me. So anyway, the valedictorian wasn't at the graduation. Like, where is she? I come home, I put the TV on, she's on America's Most Wanted. It was a tough, tough school. And the principal was in his ivory tower, never came out of his office. He said, no matter what goes on in the classroom, make it into a teachable moment. So I'm breaking up a fight, and this kid goes, he strangled me, terrible! I said, stop, teachable moment. You're using your adverbs incorrectly. He strangled you terribly. They never gave you money for supplies at my school. So when I was teaching measurement, I had to go home, bring in my bathroom scale, my Weight Watcher scale, and my cocaine scale. Would I let it known on all Facebook? I never went to Weight Watchers. Okay, well, there were famous people that went to my school where I taught. This lady, Carol Jenkins, Fox 5 News, 2 NFL stars, and the ATM bandit. That's what the New York Times called him, the ATM bandit. He went to my school, but he didn't graduate. Well, when I had him in second grade, he was always crabby, bad mood. But one day he was all excited. Teacher, teacher, I brought in the word of the day and show and tell. Glock, Glock. Well, he didn't shoot me. He didn't shoot me, and he spelled it right. So not only did I promote him to third grade, I paid for his trade school's tuition. But I'm glad I'm not teaching anymore because they have this new participation trophy that everybody gets an award just for showing up at school. That would have come in handy on my honeymoon. In fact, both of my honeymoons, because I was married twice, they participated, but very little was accomplished. Maybe I'll talk about that more in my sex and sexuality portion of the show. But I mean, I was married to a Chinese guy and a Jewish guy, and it's very politically incorrect to compare nationalities, but let me just suffice it to say, they were cheap and drove terribly. Now you can take me off the air for being PC, non-PC. Yeah. And I'm getting older. I'm retired, but I'm so glad I'm getting older because at Wendy's, I don't know how it is in LA, but at Wendy's, I get my coffee half price. If that isn't worth being old, I blew my candles out 2 years ago and I made a wish for 69. I'm 71 and I look at myself on Zoom all day, 12 months now. And I just have to say, I see pound signs here. I see parentheses here. I see exclamation points here. I'll just lay down. You can send a text message on me. And Carol, you have something to look forward to when you get older. They're called the varicose veins. It's like a rainbow on your leg. It's wonderful. I call mine the Google roadmap to adventure. One of the roads takes you to the Sterling Forest. I'll break that down to you. I bet you do the Brazilian. What do I need a Brazilian for? I've been in this house for 12 months. The only man who's been in here has been the plumber twice because he had to clean my pipes. Again, I'll save that for the sexuality portion of the show. But I don't do the Brazilian. And this road takes you to the Dead Sea. I'm telling you, I've been in a pandemic all this time. But you know what? I think I have enough time under my belt. And I'll just tell you this, talking about a belt. My mother used to beat us in the 50s. It was okay. There was no ACS, Child Protective Services, coming to your house. It would have been Frank Nitti, Elliot Ness, coming with a trench coat, a foggy day, a fedora hat, with a briefcase, and he'd ring the bell. Mrs. Witt. Yes, sir. May I help you? Because we used to answer the doorbell in those days. We heard that you were beating your children with a strap. You know what my mother would have done? Honest to God, I could picture her. She'd be going like this. Come in, sir. Come in. You're next. That's what she would have done. Yeah, no pity. No pity for him for reporting her to ACS. If you have a better way to raise these kids, come on and take them. Well, thank you, Jeff, for having me. Thank you, audience members, and especially the loudest laugher of them all, and Mike. Thank you. Woo!
Thank you. You remember how Joan Rivers, she always had this famous line that she repeated very often for many, many years, and she would go, "Can we talk? Can we talk?" Then, as a tagline to every joke, every bit, she goes, "Can we talk? Can we talk?" I mean, that should have been the rejoinder for that. Should have been no, not a bad breath.
Yeah, right.
That's what the mask is for, the bad breath.
I like to think of myself as the Minute Man because that's about how long my erection usually lasts.
My dog's
You're
fat.
efficient, Jeff. You're efficient.
Ladies, any ladies out there in the audience, I hate to disappoint you. I'm a terrible lover. My recovery time is 24 hours.
Oh, no.
And 30 minutes for medical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to bring on our next comic. Okay. And she is from LA. And she's been running the longest running Zoom room called the World's Best Laugh Zoom show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Since the Corona apocalypse. And she has performed pre-pandemic in the Comedy Store and Laugh Factory several times. Please welcome to your screens the affable Carol Newell.
Hi, I'm the World's Best Laugh. You can follow me on the socials at the World's Best Laugh on the Instagram and the Facebook. I have to call it the Instagram and the Facebook because I am over 50 and AARP said so. They sent me a memo, you guys. Oh, now that you're over 50. I am a comedian in Los Angeles. I do a lot of outdoor comedy, you guys. I do parking lots and parks. That's my specialty. Now that there's nowhere to go, that's what we do. Here in LA, it's a lot of fun, actually. I'm always trying to escape the house, you guys, because I live in the house of estrogen, you guys. Like, every living thing in my house is a woman, including the cats and the dog. I have my sister, my niece, my roommate. All women, and none of the periods are synced up, so it's all bitches all the time. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. So I'm just trying to get out of here and go do comedy because that's what is important. Comedy is essential, you guys. I'm saving lives. I got the COVID for Christmas, you guys. Is not what I asked Santa Claus for. But that's what I got. I got the COVID. It was terrible. I don't recommend it. But actually, you know what? I got the trifecta, you guys. In 2020, I got the trifecta. I got the COVID. I lost my job of 19 years. And I lost my husband of 22 years, you guys. So I got the trifecta. And I know those all sound terrible. And, you know, they are. But since I got the COVID, I have the antibodies, so I'm immune to everything, you guys. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm immune to everything. And then, of course, I got a new job closer to my house, more free time, so that's working out great. And then, of course, I was already separated for almost 2 years before I lost my husband, you guys. So, yeah, now I just don't have to get divorced. I don't have to get divorced, and I got the house, I got the car, I got everything. I win. Yeah, I knew that I would outlive him. I always did know that I would outlive him, and I just had no idea I would be this young and hot when it happened. And you guys, good news, he finally quit drinking. For good. Yep, good times with the hub. I picked him up a couple weeks after the cremation, and then you guys, we did something that we'd never done together when we were alive. We went around all over Los Angeles to all my comedy shows for like 2 weeks. Yeah, he rode shotgun with me for 2 weeks. And he thought it was hilarious, you guys. Yep, he told me I was hilarious. Finally. So like I said, I was separated for 2 years before that, you guys, which it's been a long time since I was in the dating scene. Like, it was 30 years ago when I was last dating, when it was pagers and payphones. And now, you guys, it's a plethora of penises. A cornucopia of cock. A deluge of dong. a wealth of wang, a smorgasbord of schlong, a panorama of peckers, a glut of genitalia, a surplus of sausage, a phalanx of phallus, a profusion of pricks. It's nonstop, you guys. They want to text and chat and send you mostly unsolicited, mostly not impressive pictures. They love to send the pictures. Yeah, most of them are terrible, but once in a while you get a good one and you're like, holy fuck. I'll take some of that, please. Mostly those ones are black.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I have been dating black, you guys, now for like almost like a year and a half, you guys, which is working out tremendously. I must say the rumors are true. Yes, the rumors are true. On average, larger than average. Very satisfied customer. I dated the first black guy like almost 2 years ago, and we dated for like four months or so, and that's when I found out I was a squirter, you guys. I had no idea before that. Yeah, I dated him for like 4 months, and then one night I went to pick him up. We went and did the thing, and then when I was dropping him off, he tells me, I can't see you anymore. And I was like, why? And he said, because I have to get right with God, and fornication is my only sin. Oh, what? And then I got a sermon with Bible passages, which was amazing because he never mentioned religion before. You guys. I was like, And then I didn't hear from him for like a month. Not a word. No, wouldn't answer my text messages. Just completely off the radar. I thought I was ghosted. Little did I know that I would be really ghosted last year. I got ghosted. For real. Yeah, so then one day, out of the blue, I get a text message and it said, baby girl, I want to see you. And I was like, I know who that is. Yes, I would like to see you also. And then when I saw him, I was like, well, I guess God didn't want to get right with you. Yeah, it didn't work out ultimately. I do notice that a lot of younger guys are hitting on you guys since I've been on the dating on the apps and all that whatnot. Like 40s, 30s, even 20s. But like if your picture has a graduation cap in it, then that's too young for me. That's where I draw the line. I do like them a little bit younger though, because stamina. And so I did notice a trend like a lot of the guys that I see on the app, they all say the same thing on their profile. They say, good vibes, looking for good vibes only. And I'm like, what the hell is with the good vibes? I'm just looking for good dick. I found out, you guys, it's the same thing. It's good vibes as, friends with benefits. So now I just swipe right, looking for good vibes. You guys. I'm an essential worker, you guys. I've been essentially working the whole time. Yes, give it up for me. Woohoo! And I'll leave you with this. I know I'm not the face of gangster rap, you guys, but I totally listen to the gangster rap. Like, woke up quick at about noon, just thought that I had to be in Compton soon. I had to get drunk before the day begins, before my mother starts bitching about my friends. So I've been listening to the gangster rap since before there was gangster rap, you guys. I got in on the ground floor. So yeah, I was at work one day listening to the gangster rap because that's appropriate. I don't know why they fired me. I was listening to the gangster rap and my coworker comes by and he's like, Carol, how can you be so black and so white at the same time? And I said, well, I'm an enigma. And he goes, you can't say that at work. That's racist. And I was like, no, I said enigma, not enigma. All right, you guys, that's my time. Thank you so much for having me. I am Carol Newell, the world's best laugh. Find me on the Facebook or the Insta.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Carol.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't all comment at once.
Carol, I'm Carol's death fairy.
Yes. He
And
wished it into existence.
in a live show, if they don't like you, they'll get up and walk out. In a Zoom show, they'll screen will go blank or they'll just bleep off the computer screen or grimace or something. But in StreamYard, there's like no comments, no thumbs, no hearts, no faces. I mean, what gives?
Well, we got some watchers on the Facebook.
And we got plenty of views on the Facebook. Usually, if we get in 24 hours 110 views, it's a lot. But I think this one might go up to 180 in less than 4 hours.
Oh, Jeff Laurence.
So it's gonna be your stock. Your stock is shooting up.
Yeah, we got like 7 or 8 on the Facebook Live.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good side. So I'm going to introduce our next comedian. And originally from Connecticut, he's headlined all over the country, including LA, where he now resides. So please welcome to our screen, Mr. Hollywood, Mike Murator.
Thank you, Jeff Laurence. You are the most polite serial killer I have ever met. I think you're terrific, dude. We've got to kill some hookers together and turn them into end tables. Remember, people, you measure twice, you cut once. And you varnish them with their tears. Don't be afraid of that. I love Carol. Carol, I get AARP too, but I'm a vampire, so I'm 160 years old. I've gotten it like 6 times. I've been getting AARP since like fucking, I don't know, 1907. Since they started. I get it all the time. I am Carol's death fairy. Carol told me that she wanted to get rid of her husband, and I have demonic powers, so I became a fairy. I flew in the house, but I whispered in his ear, and I said, dude, it's time to fucking die. Do you understand that? It's time for you to check the fuck out and give Carol all the fucking money. I've had it with your drunken ass. It's time to check the fuck out. And I smothered him with a pillow because I could float up above his head with my fairy wings, and he died. That was it. It was over. I put his soul in a jar, and I sold it on eBay for $50, and here we are today. Jeff, I love when you're talking about the whole Jeffrey Epstein. My favorite part of the interview, people, of Jeffrey Epstein is when they're interviewing Prince Andrew. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen on TV. So Prince Andrew, this is you in the picture. No, it's not me. No, it's you with this 12-year-old girl. No, I don't sweat. So you don't sweat. Okay. Where are you? No, I was with my daughter. At a pizza place. No, so you're telling me that your doppelganger is a pedophile. That's what you're telling us. And he's British, and he just happened to show up on a fucking boat with a fucking 15-year-old girl. That's some skills, people. That's some skills. The Queen is probably racist, but I would love to see those conversations where she'd go, Harry, can I have a conversation with you for a moment? Can you come into my chambers? Harry, did you know that Meghan is a darkie? Did you know that? Did you know she was darkie? And he would just, freak out. I love real racism. I'm actually Italian, Puerto Rican, and black. I want to be as white as Carol. Carol, I want to be white like you with like a white, hairy vagina that just takes over the black world. That's what I want to be, Carol. You are like a magical mystery. You have it all, girl. You have it fucking all, man. Helene was asking me where I performed last Saturday. I headlined a show in the Fashion District, which is the worst part of Los Angeles. And I didn't know this until I got out of the car. When I got out of the car, it made Tijuana look like Disneyland. I was like, where are we? This is not good. So I'm performing, and all these people are high on cocaine, and they're having a great time. And I'm looking out, and all of a sudden I see another dude chasing a dude with an axe. And I said, this is my kind of town. This is hot. People getting chopped up. I want to live in Fashion District because you can buy a house there for like $90,000. Carol, how great would that shit be? I would have parties. I'd have crackheads. I'd give them spoons. They'd dig me tunnels. I would use my crackheads in downtown LA. I would make that shit work, people. You know, I love crackheads, man. I have 2 crackhead friends. I had 2 vials of crack in my hand. I threw them into oncoming traffic. They went into the traffic and got hit by the cars. That's not the joke, people. They got up, got the crack, and they go, I'll show you, motherfucker. I don't need my left arm and my left leg. I'm going to kick your ass, me retarded. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Carol, this is like, I love this show. I feel like I'm performing a crystal ball. It's great. I love Jeff Lawrence is awesome, dude. I love Canada, man. Like you were talking about Nova Scotia. Let me tell you something, people. Canadian girls are the fucking best because you can just roll around in some horse manure and you're fucking a supermodel in Canada. That's all I'm saying. All these guys that can't get pussy in Los Angeles, go to Canada. You hold a whale blubber candle in the Yukon Territory, you're getting blown by an Indian. Don't hate the fucking player, hate the game. I went to Nova Scotia. The best looking redheads I've ever seen in my life, Carol. You're a redhead. Best looking redheads. No fucking teeth in their mouth. How fucking great is that shit? The teeth were shooting out of their mouth like fucking, like this. Like sea anemones. Like they were fucking just sticking out of their fucking mouth like that. Teeth like this. Teeth like this. I'm inside of a hotel room. I just stuck her fucking head to the wall. The teeth stuck into the wall, and I fucked her doggy style, so she couldn't bite my dick off with those sharp teeth. You know what I mean? Elaine, I'm a pussy survivor. You know what I'm saying?
Funny.
It's true. That's what I did. And I said to her, how do you brush your teeth? With sugar? That look went out in 1505. You know fucking teeth in your fucking mouth. The teeth, she had like 3 teeth. I went to England. England has the worst fucking food, okay? I got a steak. I wanted a steak with some vegetables. They gave me the steak, and they gave me a box of cigarettes next to it. That's with the vegetables, people. That's the vegetable, okay? Welcome to other countries. I hate when people put down my country, okay? I'm an American, and I love Canada. I love traveling, you know? But I tell my friends, go to like a third world country. Go to like Tijuana. You can go to Tijuana, people, and get a blanket there for negative 75 cents. How great is that shit?
Nice.
I opened up the blanket and there was a baby in it. I gave the baby to my crack dealer. The baby got adopted. I got paid. Everybody wins, people. That's all I'm fucking saying, man. That's all I'm saying. I used to drink a lot. I've been in rehab 6 times. I don't fucking drink anymore, but I drink enough caffeine. Let me show you this, people. I'm not going to show the front of it because I don't want to, sponsor them. I drink so much caffeine that I'm going to die awake. This is everlasting life. I need to sleep, and I just gnawed off my own tongue. That's what I'm talking about, people. Carol.
Yes, sir.
Is the world's greatest laugher. Carol will call me for gigs that I will only do for Carol. Jeff, if you come to America, and Helene, you come to California, we're going to take you on some of these adventurous gigs. I get a call from Carol. It's like, boop, Mike, it's Carol. I've got this great gig. You're going to be performing in my boyfriend's jail cell. I'm going to pay you with shankings and heaven. Call me back. Boop, Mike, it's Carol. You're going to be performing at Pan Pacific Park, as I like to call it, PPP. This is what happens. You're going to be performing, and these homeless guys are popping out of rocks and throwing human feces at you while the Korean people are sicking their dogs on you. Call me back. Mike, the continuation of this gig is after the homeless people try to kill you around these Stonehenge walls, the Koreans are going to eat their dogs and heckle you again. Call me back. That was the Mike and Carol, I've got this great gig. You're going to be performing in goat yoga. You, Helene, Jeff Lawrence is flying in for this gig. The goats are going to shit on you. I'm going to pay you with no toilet paper and low self-esteem. Call me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm an author, as Carol knows. I've given Carol several of my books. My new book is How to Change Your Identity by Mike M. How to Make a Go-To Bag by Mike M. And my personal favorite, How to Get Cheap Plastic Surgery and Leave the Country by Mike M. I used to be a woman, And look at this shit now. I am one ugly fucking dude. That's all I'm saying, Helene. And this hair, I like to call this my Mexican lesbian hot dog salesman look. You see that look? This look, okay?
It's cute.
I know. I like to call myself Nickerson Cooper. I'm Puerto Rican, Italian, and black. I'm Andy Niggers. I'm a configuration. Look at this. Look at this way. Call me the N-word. Please don't call me Armenian. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. Please don't call me a spagagon, whatever the fuck they are. No, please call me the N-word, and don't call me Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know, I like Mexicans. I'm not one. I'm not.
You're Italian?
I'm a half Italian. The other half is Puerto Rican and black. Helene's quiet. She's like not believing what I'm telling her. Helene, why would I want to be these three fucking things? You know what I'm saying?
I love your hair. I never saw your hair. It's so cute.
Thank you. I want to be whiter, and whiter. Carol can kill everybody on the Zoom show right now. Get 3 days in a psych ward. That's all I'm saying, people. You know what I mean? I wear my skull cap, right? Because I kind of have black-white hair because it's like fucking wiry. I walk down the street. I'm getting 17 consecutive life sentences if I jaywalk. It's fucking over, people. People say, "Are you really those things?" I want to be whiter, and whitest. That's what I want to fucking be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Carol, you are a white woman with a white vagina. You can fucking own the world. You get it? You get it, Carol? All
yes.
our fucking comic friends can't get pussy. All our female comic, I can't get a boyfriend. That's because you're fucking. You never shut the fuck up. You need to get my book. Shut the fuck up by Mike M. Shut the fuck up by Mike M. Your personality is your birth control by Mike M. Let me tell you something, Jeff. You don't need to rape in Los Angeles. There's a freak on every street corner. Let me tell you the last 3 dating experiences I had. We're going to talk about this. This is for Carol, too. I fucking industrial staple gunned a chick to a wall with her bra and had sex with her. How fucking hot is that, people? She warped my wood floor. That's what I'm talking about. My second experience, Carol, I haven't talked to you. I dressed up a chick like a kitty cat, chased her through her house, spanked her, and banged her. Now, I'm talking, that's some serious Halloween pussy. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. The third one's about to happen tomorrow. I'm making a bed of nails out of a woman's shoes. I'm flipping them upside down and having sex on top of it. Talking about being nailed to the ground. People, why do you got to rape? There's no rape in Los Angeles. There's a freak on every street corner. There's no rape. You don't need to fucking abuse women. They'll let you abuse them. They're good times. It's Los Angeles.
Yep.
You go to Canada, you can't do the shit you do in Los Angeles. You go to fucking jail. Jeffrey Lawrence is hiding. My boy Jeffrey, my new friend, he's probably got chicks and ice in the basement, all fucking hidden, waiting to get fucking eaten and cooked. Be careful out there. Oh. Somebody said to me, "What's your God?" I said, "Lucifer is my God." Don't hate him. He was the angel of light. He questioned God. Remember that, people. He questioned God. A lot of comics that I know, Carol knows them too. If they meet me in hell when I die, I'm going to put them on a rotisserie, like an open mic, and they just burn continuously for all eternity. How fucking cool with that? And they tell their shitty jokes. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to take like all the white friends that I have that can't get laid, and I'm going to morph them into one unfuckable white guy. How fucking beautiful would that shit be, Carol? How fucking beautiful. Carol, I have a fetish for black women. She likes black men. She might like black women too. I don't know, but I do like chocolate myself. I had a black girlfriend. She called me a racist. How racist can I be? I have my tongue up your ass. Not only do I cross the bridge, but I freed the slaves. Now make me some black coffee and pick that cotton out of that ass from I'll have a headache. I had a black girl recently, right? I dressed up like Colonel Sanders. I know you think this is racist. It's not. We played slave and owner. She chased me, actually. And as I'm running, she's trying to shoot me with a shotgun. I'm like, "Kill me, bitch. That shit's turning me on." That's a fucking Saturday night. That's giving people black power, people. That's giving people black power. Just when you thought I was going to say some stupid shit, I flipped the shit around and confused your fucking ass. Right, Carol? Like smoke.
That's right.
Like smoke, Carol. Like smoke. I got another book. It's called Roofmance, where romance and roofies meet. And what the people do is they read the book, they both take roofies, and they wake up in my closet in different animal positions like a Prince video. How great is that shit, people?
Woo!
Right? It's hot. Carol just got wet. There you go. Speaking of wet, Listen, man. I had my first gusher, Carol. It was fucking ridiculous, man. I thought it would be fun. I'm not really that into gushing. I didn't, because I want a chick that could gush so much pussy juice that I wake up in a jar and Ripley's Believe It or Not. That's all I'm saying. Jeff, I want a chick that can gush so much pussy juice that my cat needs an umbrella. That's all I'm saying. I want a chick that gushes so much pussy juice that I'm floating on the roof of my house and my Mexican gardener's going, "Fuck you, puto, you dirty bitch, you dirty." I want a chick that gush so much pussy juice that I need FEMA to rebuild the house. I am in the Guinness Book of World Records. This is for Jeff and Helene. I was the first 7-year-old to ever molest his uncle. How great is that shit, people? You should have got me cotton candy and taken me to fucking Disneyland. Now I have to fuck you again. See what happens when you don't fucking help young people? You might get fucked by it. That's all it is. Might be a reverse gangbang. It happens, Helene. You were a teacher. You know how dirty young people are. You know. Cannibalism is very 2021. I'm a cannibal again. This is for you, Jeff. I'm a cannibal again. 3 of my black friends pissed me off, so I ate them. Let me tell you something, people. Be nice to black people because, if you eat more than 3, they taste like flaming Cheetos. You'll get indigestion. That's all I'm saying. I like to do those jokes that go way out for Helene because she doesn't know what to think of me. My mother taught the autistic for 15 years. I love autistic people, all right? But I tell people, you got to respect the autistic because this is the thing, man. You say the wrong sound. You show them the wrong color. You say the wrong word, they flip out. They got like superhuman chimpanzee strength. They will kill you. I'm just letting you know. My friend Kevin, I showed him the color blue. He goes, blue, 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 blue. Killed everybody on the short bus. That happens, man. Now, Kevin is my attack autistic. That's all I'm saying. I don't need a dog no more. I just got him. I have a whistle, and I show him blue, and he kills everybody. It's fucking perfect. Woo-hoo! This is probably my last thing because I've been rambling, and I know I'm close. Carol caught COVID. I tell people that I caught COVID, and this is what I do. I walk down the street. People will come up to me to say hello that I don't like, and they'll be like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" I go, "Who are you? I don't know you. I've got COVIDnesia. I have a fever of 108 degrees. I don't know who you are. Go fuck yourself." And you just walk off, and they don't know what to do with you. That's what you do. So. Jeff, when you're in Canada, Canadians are the nicest people in the world. I've only met one person my whole life in Canada I didn't like. Canadians are the best. But if you don't like another fellow Canadian, you have COVIDnesia. That's all you got to remember. And if your marriage isn't good, I don't know if you're married or not, roll around in some horse manure. Go to Nova Scotia. Get that toothless redhead. Make it work for you, Jeff. Make it work for you, Jeff. Sex and sexuality or whatever the fuck you call this. Somebody said to me the other day, "What do you think of tantric sex?" I go, "Listen, I just pretend he's a man or a fucking ugly woman, and I will never come. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's it." Our friend Orchid, he teaches yoga, right? She's cute. She's very pretty. Our friend Orchid. I said to Orchid, why don't you use your bendy body and wrap around dudes' necks and make hangman's nooses and then just take their money? Just do it. Just fucking do it. Because if I was a good-looking woman, I wouldn't be talking to you 3 right now. I'd be fucking banging old Jewish guys, snapping their necks and taking their fucking insurance money. I would use my pussy mathematically, people. I'd be tearing that shit up. I wouldn't be sitting in this fucking room with my dungeon door right here. This is the door of sin, people, right here. You're scratching on the outside? No, it's on the inside. That's all I'm saying, people. I think that's it, Jeff. I think I did quite a bit of time. If you need more time, let me know.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks for coming on. Yeah. Well, Maritimers are pretty nice. I inherited my sense of humor actually comes from my mother's side of the family. They came from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and some of them went to St. John's, New Brunswick, and Fredericton. So Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. You have to visit New Brunswick. The women there are wild. I mean, they just barely speak English. You won't understand them because they slur all the words, and it's like a southern drawl. You go to Brunswick and you know, you mix with the people, you're going to think you're like in Virginia or South Carolina or Georgia or someplace like this. Like, I thought it was in Canada. You know? It says, this Canada is unbelievable. And then Newfoundland, Labrador, they're so far out to sea, you know. Half these women haven't seen a man in 2 months. You know, if you go there, and you know, it's a guaranteed you'll get laid. And you probably go to guarantee you get laid. You know, you know, they don't have to ask. You know, and here Toronto, they're a bit stuck up. You know, I would stay out of Alberta though. I mean, you know, they're like all the rednecks are crazies are in Alberta, and the Trump lovers. They're all. Stay away from Alberta. Do yourself a favor.
Noted.
Just, you know, if you're going across country, like skip Alberta, hop into BC, you know, and hope you land in Chinatown, and you know, eating Shanghai Chinese noodles, and you know. And getting laid by Xin Wang and her three sisters, and and you know, and all the Chinese farmers' daughters, and you know, it's 1/3 Asian. I mean, it's like you practically have to trip on over yourself not to meet an Asian person in Vancouver. There's 37% Asian there population. You know,
wow,
like you know. You know, I'm looking for Chinese food. Which one? You know, where's Chinatown? Well, walk 500 feet. You're bound to find it, man. Just you know, don't knock yourself out. It's closer than you think.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's Canada. You know.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, I'll do a gig. I'll do a gig in LA, and you know, but I don't want to say that I was knee deep in goat shit, but I was killing it. You know, at least I was killing it. Knee deep in goat shit.
Knee deep in goat shit. There we go.
Oh, look at this. We're all together now. Like
all together now. All together now. All together now.
Yeah. Gene Rayburn was especially absent for this occasion.
That's funny.
Okay. All right. Don't all freak out at once.
So what are we doing now? We holding hands and what are we doing? Banging midgets? What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got the most articulate comment yet. It's capital HM. I have to find out what kind of show this is. I mean, okay, you know, was it our deodorant? You know, it's a show. You can't smell us. We can't stink that bad. Come on now.
Right?
Jason's cynical. My good buddy Jason, shout out to Jason. Good show, guys. I'm now horny. Like a cold shower, you know. Yeah. Okay, I'm just waiting any second now for him to mention the fact that he's available.
Oh, good.
Helene, he's all yours, baby.
Don't rush all at once to book a ticket, a plane ticket to come to Montreal.
Montreal.
Like, I mean, Montreal is closed to Americans temporarily.
I performed 3 times when I went. I was proud of that. I told Jeff already. I performed 3 places.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 open kind of mics, and then I went to see a pro show at the next stop. What's it called, Jeff? The Nest? The Nest?
Communist. Yeah. Or otherwise known as the Nest.
Yeah.
But
I found 3 mics to go to.
Don't say the Nest, to say Comedy Nest. Because then we're going to get confused with Josie the hooker that works down the street.
Yeah, and her nest.
I came from the Nest. Are you crazy, man? How much did you pay?
She didn't have a Brazilian. She didn't have a Brazilian either.
No.
Great.
So that Red Wolf, she was coming to my show last night, the Bro Show. How many of you Facebook stalkers? How many of you have Facebook stalkers yet? Oh yeah, I'd rather not go there, but I mean, that's a whole, other 5 minutes of marriage from strangers, pandemic end of the world mentality. Good one. Now I asked for FICO score and that ends stalker syndrome. I mean, I want an attentive man, but just one who can afford his own used magazines and scissors. Oh, she's precious. Thank you.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, just before I started the show, I got hit on by some women who, I might have mistakenly hit her up for a friend request, and then she answered right. No more than 1.5 minutes later, she sends me a message. So, how you doing, babe?
Oh, shit.
First time I've ever been called babe on Facebook, But, so I have a very interesting intellectual question. Is it considered sexual harassment for a woman to call male babe? Because a lot of women would take offense if it was a male to a female. I know a lot of women probably take offense and consider it as harassment, as sexual harassment.
I don't know. I'm not easily offended, so I don't think it's sexual harassment.
I think if they hit me in the head with a shovel, if they're hot, I'm down. I'm down, Carol. It's if they're ugly and they're talking shit, then they got to hit them with the car. I can't play that game.
Yeah. I mean, but you don't know if your stalkers are real. You don't know if your stalkers are, didn't steal somebody's identity, or they're catfishing, or what.
That's what I get on the Facebook. I get a lot of catfishers.
Now, what do they say to you, these catfishers?
Well, they're usually from somewhere in Africa, and they want me to sponsor them, and they think I'm hot, and they're in love with me, and not doing that. They're like, but we can be together. And I'm like, yeah, I like black men, but I like them local where I can get to them.
You should have them mine you a diamond mine. That's what you do. You tell them to come.
Right. Send me some diamonds, and then I'll hook you up.
And bring back a hyena, and we'll let you live here. I just wanted a pet hyena. I think they're ferocious. I always wanted one.
Yeah, they probably are.
They control them. I think it's crazy.
Really?
Is Helene sleeping? Helene, are you sleeping?
No. I wanted to see where he's getting the people talking to us.
So
right. I don't see the commentary.
Sheila Jackson Murray. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm doing, Mike.
You're welcome to come to. She wants to come to Canada after COVID. She says, come to Canada. You're welcome. Come to Montreal. We'll do lunch, and then we'll catch a comedy show in the evening, and you'll throw off your lunch.
At the Nest.
At the Nest.
And the Nest.
At Carol's Nest.
Oh, snap, Carol.
My nest is
I think your nest is
Listen,
at
thinks you're
full
very
capacity.
open-minded, Mike.
it's original packaging.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You
Yep.
want United States citizenship card. Citizenship card, passport. I mean, how many of you have passports?
Mine expired.
I never have had one. I've never tried to leave. I
You
did
know,
go
I'm
to
going-
Canada once, though, but we were on a cruise ship, so they let us in
Okay.
without passports.
So, Carol, you've never left the country?
Canada and Mexico, and that's it.
That's it?
But Mexico was before the passport requirement, so
Oh, so
I
you
was
can
still a
just go
kid.
right in?
Yeah, they let me in. And they let me back in because, this is definitely not a Hispanic face. Actually, I got my DNA test done, and I found out that I'm not American Indian like my mom told me. I'm just basically white AF. I mean, like all the white, British, Irish, Scotch, German, Dutch, all of that. And I feel terrible because like white people like basically pioneered and propelled the whole slavery thing, So now I'm just trying to make reparations one black cock at a time.
And Carol, you are the queen of that. You're like, you have all the black cocks in the world.
I know. They're in my basement.
Helene, if you want one, you got to go on this precious metals site, and you can find the black cocks there. You can find them there. You have to get a black Geiger counter. It's just a bottle of Hennessy with a stick, and it leaves you right there.
Crazy.
And what it is
and a blunt.
And a blunt, and they're underneath the house of Carol doesn't even know where all these dicks are. They're just there in a box somewhere, Helene.
I'll have what Mike's having. His mind is so creative. I don't know if he takes little jellies. What do you call those? Edibles or drink?
Edibles scare the shit out of me. I fall asleep.
That's what happened. I took one time and I fell asleep. I woke up and my eyes were all squinty and I was like, is this what it is? Is this the high? I don't get it. And I went back to sleep.
You know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
There was an exhibit in Manhattan at a museum of male black genitalia. And my friend came home from the exhibit and said, it's all true.
I'm telling you, the rumors are true.
So
and then I'm thinking of Carol and I'm thinking of the exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
Like she couldn't even walk into the building. The dick was like right at the door. Like she couldn't get in. It was just, that was the exhibit. You just open the door and right in front of you. Like, you know what? I'm out. I'm good. Thanks. It's been great.
Highly recommend it. Mm-hmm.
I like when my white friends take Molly and then they start touching each other and they get creepy. They'll take Molly, which is like acid, and they'll be like, I'm not gay, but, I don't know what I'm feeling. You two just blow each other and light each other on fire. You just fucking check out.
And you won't remember anything.
No, they won't. My favorite thing, Carol and I know several people that are transitioning into women. They're the ugliest fucking women I've ever seen in my fucking life. It's like, used to just stay gay men because this shit is hard. Fucking foreheads like this, like the wig can't even cover the fucking forehead.
And their beards are Italian, so they're like in the middle of the day. They have like 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, it's so wrong.
Yeah, at 2 o'clock.
They have 5 o'clock shadow 24
That
hours.
was good, Carol. You can use that joke. That was good.
And the thing about transgender people is like, you can transgender all you want, but your feet are still going to be big as fuck.
And you're going to think like that other sex. Like if you were a dude, you're going to think like a dude. And you're going to answer questions like a dude. Like you're not going to be a girl. It ain't happening. It ain't fucking. Do it.
Are we going to get bad mail now from the people watching the show? Are we bashing anyone?
Listen, if you want to put your dick on death row, knock yourself out, people. That's what you want. You want to put that dick on death row, knock yourself out. Jeff, I like
Yep.
the glasses. They're kind of like pseudo clown, Pee Wee Herman. I chopped off my neighbor's head. I kind of dig that, man. You're like Bozo the serial killer. You speak in
Remember
French
his
and
name.
English, and then just off
He's
with your
half
head.
He's half Jeffrey Epstein, half Weinstein.
I was gonna say. I was just thinking. Jeffrey that's a problematic name. It's kind of a nefarious name. Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeffrey the giraffe. Jeffrey the giraffe.
Deserve to have the name Jeffrey.
Yeah.
It's like this is like COVID. You're trying to get rid of it, but you can't get rid of it.
Yep. Interesting.
Actually, I was thinking of changing the spelling of, like, if I use the name Weinstein, if I change the spelling of my last name so people will wonder, like, hey, didn't you kill yourself? Didn't you hang yourself in prison? What are you doing here?
That's one of Mike's favorite things to say to people.
I
Kill
love
yourself.
when people kill themselves, Jeff. They're thinning their own herd. It's so beautiful.
Yep.
Speaking of killing themselves, have you heard from Perry? Carol, is he still alive?
He's still alive. Yeah, I saw him last night over at the NoHo Diner open mic. Yep.
I sent him some money.
Oh, did you? You got swindled? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I knew Perry back in the 80s.
I'm sorry about that.
I know. I said to him, our careers have really gone far since the 80s. Here we are at 4 a.m. at a friggin' mic on Zoom.
Yep. Good old Perry Kurtz.
What time, Helene, what time is it there?
9:07.
Okay.
Your show is at 10, right? In an hour? Your other show?
Yeah.
Yes. The World's Best Laugh. And it'll be on Facebook Live. And you can find it at the World's Best Laugh page. If you don't mind me plugging my show. Yep. And Muratori's on it too.
Jeff, are you sharpening your knives right now? What are you doing, Jeff?
Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. And Jeffrey Dahmer didn't look like a serial killer either. Like, who knew the guy was psycho?
They're always the ones, the ones you at least expect.
They just never know.
When you least expect it.
Yeah. I was a lady killer in my 30s, but I didn't bury any bodies.
No, he just left them out to decay on their own.
He was too lazy to bury them. He was just like, fuck it. It's Canada. They're going to get snowed over. Nobody's going to see them.
They'll be snowed over, and then they'll decompose, and nobody will ever know.
No. Alberta gets cold, Jeffrey. They don't know the cows just freeze right in the field like cowsicles. It's too cold there, man.
Cowsicles.
Alberta is like ridiculously cold.
I don't know. The whole Canada is all cold. All cold all the time. That's why I love LA. LA is the best place to be homeless because the weather.
Right.
Well, not if you're in where I was the other night. Not if you're in what's it? There's the wholesale district, and what's the other place? Skid Row. Oh man.
Yeah. Good times, right?
Jeffrey's laughing at something. I don't know. Maybe I think somebody's talking dirty.
Yeah.
I see you. No, I see you, Jeffrey. I see you.
Jason knows me for 35, 36 years. So he says, when I first met Jeff, he never said a nasty word. What a change.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh.
My lenses aren't strong enough to read how many exclamation points he may be put next to that word change, you know? So I'll just take an educated guess. And that's it. Now ratings go down. It went down to 1, now it's up to 2. So 2 watchers. This is like, this was worse than the Nielsen ratings. I mean, you know,
Nice.
this is worse than the New York Stock Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Or the London Stock Exchange after Meghan Markle has a periodic spasm. Oh, that's okay. Oh, shooting up. Okay.
Shooting up like blood sugar, Carol.
Now it shot up again.
Woo!
Shot down again.
Yeah.
You know. This is like watching silver quotes, you know. I don't want to watch the stock market. It's not moving. This is like watching grass grow, you know. What do I look like? Your favorite gardener?
Alrighty then.
Okay. Don't all choke at once.
Right?
I mean, coughing much better there, Carol.
Thank you so much.
From yesterday.
Thank you.
I mean, it was so funny. I was, you know, like, I'm like this. On a lot of days, I'm like this far away from an anxiety attack, you know. So the other day at night, I was lying on the couch. I was sitting on the couch and I was out of breath and had heart palpitations. And my wife, what was going on? She says, "Jeffrey, do you have COVID?" Fuck no.
And then Jeff killed her. The end of the story.
I'm choked over you. He says, "Thank you, Jason." He's all choked up. You know.
Nice.
That's how I felt after eating my last girlfriend's stew.
Oh, damn.
Choked up.
Controversial, Jeffrey. All right, Carol, what time does your show start? I got to get out of here. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Mine starts at 7:30 Pacific time. So tune in on the Facebook at the World's Best Laugh for that. And you got a little bit of time to do whatever you need to do.
Jeffrey, thank you for the time. You've been awesome. Hi, Elaine.
Thank you so much for having me. Nice to
see
see you, Elaine.
Great.
You too, Carol. Thanks again.
Always good to see you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks.
Don't kill anybody without telling me.
Right?
He has to go memorize his structured set. Get it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, thank you.
It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for coming on.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go get ready.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll see you next time. Bye.
So,
au revoir.
See you.
As they say in Canadian.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
See you next time.
Au revoir. Want me to go too there, Jeff?
So,
want me to leave too?
Well, that's up to you. If you don't, if you don't have anywhere else to go, it's okay. We still go for a bit longer. Yeah. So yeah, I saw a vision last night. I think it was a ghost.
Really?
And I was I was rather stunned to realize that she kind of looked like Joan Rivers.
Oh, really? You're kidding. I know you're kidding.
I wouldn't want to go to a psychiatrist, saying like I keep seeing Joan Rivers. I keep seeing the ghost of Joan Rivers,
How was the show you had with that guy when you redid the show because he couldn't see or hear or whatever? Remember, you gave him his own show?
Ricky. Yeah, Ricky Schmoove.
How was that?
That's funny. It was he did a podcast in the show. It's one of those mini podcasts, and so that was great. Yeah, he did a thing, and it was very good, and a lot of good responses. It was a really great show. And
Got good response. Great.
It was great to have him on. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll get going. But thanks for having me on. I thought it was a successful show, and you replaced that lady 123, and that was good.
Yeah, well, thanks to Carol, and yeah,
he was perfect.
I should ask Mike. I wanted to ask Mike, like, how long did it take him to prepare that set he did? Like zero time, just like
exactly. That's why I made a joke. He had to leave early. I made a joke that he had to leave early.
There's a difference between professional comedian and somebody who owns 2 hair salons and trying to be a comedian. So, but I don't mean to be unkind. I know people like have alternate identities, but that's, I figured, if you got material, you got material. You don't have to prepare like 10 hours in advance a set.
Yeah.
You got material, do any material. That's, so anyways, I don't know how that happened, but it happened, and that's it. So, things happen in very unexpected, unusual ways. So, yeah. Okay, so say goodnight to New York.
I'll say goodnight. Thank you. Gesund. Happy Passover.
Happy Passover.
Say hello to your wife for me and have a good show next week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye. Yeah. Bye, everybody. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you for all your comments. Much appreciated. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Sexuality Show number 4. And I didn't really plan on having another one after this type. This is going to be preceded by The Love Show, starting April 9th. Talking about similar themes around sex and sexuality, anything having to do with love, relationships, and anything that along the spectrum from the very straight to the very crooked. And so I have 3 sensational, lovely ladies that will join me as co-hosts. April 9th, tune in, Love Show, and you'll be hearing more about later on my Facebook page, Spectrum Comedy Productions. If you haven't already liked the page, like Spectrum Comedy Productions to get all the news about the upcoming shows and the videos during and after the streaming of the shows. And add you to the show. Well, I have already three permanent co-hosts right now, so it's the four of us, and I can't have that many people in the stream. I'll have you on I will definitely have you on as a guest comedian, guest performer, Sheila Jackson Murray. I will keep you in mind. I will definitely slot you in for one of the shows. Okay, so everybody, thank you for tuning in, and stay safe, stay warm, and stay beautiful. Good night.